Is about 40 degrees, 45 degrees in the garage right now, so I'm gonna throw on a heavy hoodie. My hair's a mess. Throw my hat on. One of a kind. All right. Warm your core. Your arms will take care of yourselves. Insert Batman scene.
Rub your chest. Your arms will take care of themselves.
All right. Oh, yes. Black Dunkin' coffee. I ain't got no sugar. Because that's how I like to live my life. Light and sweet. And now I'm just cold and bitter. I like it a lot. All right. Where am I? I'm gonna sort through my bolts and then we'll come back to you. How about that? I cleaned up a couple more bolts here, and what we're gonna do now is just get rid of a couple more bags by putting in our subframe. Oh. I'm going to take the rear brake off just for a second because I have my Works Connection frame guard that I want to get put on since I have it with me and painted. So it will also hide this holy frame here. Ah, your mother. Onto the chain roller. Now a chain roller, when the swing arm is completely compressed, tension will come on the chain. The chain roller would be part of the frame right here, and it's got a little wheel. Well, as time goes by, the chain will gouge out through the links of the little roller. So I went ahead and got a primary drive roller. Primary Drive is a pretty good company. They make sprockets and whatnot for your bikes and things, so might as well stick with that since I got a Primary Drive spread sprocket. So that is what the roller is. That's what it's supposed to look like. So you see those grooves? So that being said, I'm missing a washer, so I went in my bucket and I found one. But essentially, this will go in there, roll like that, and then we're going to need a washer on this side. So I'm going to actually put my black washer through here. Not that you can see it, but if you look down, you'll notice that there's a black one there. And that would look cool. Guide, wheel, other washer on the back, and then this part is a locking washer with the lock on the back. So you just go ahead, or locking nut rather. Yes, UPS is here. I got parts. Hold on. I'm coming. What? Oh. Are they getting a delivery too? Oh shit! God, this is a fucking door. There's a door. Where's he going? Oh yeah, there's the ups guy. That's my neighbor Mike. Oh, I think he saw me. Oh, he saw me. Retreat to the garage. next is gonna be ignition, so we can get the bang bang sparky sparkies. Pull away the tape and put in the sparky sparks. All right, BR10EG, competition racing spark plug. Look at that fat boy, huh? That's crazy. Just good. A couple more 2-tree turns. How about this? And this. Yes, sir. Good. Woo-hoo-hoo! One step closer, we're making it. Okay, next up is the reed valve. The reed valve is a one-way valve for air to come into the cylinder and not come out the back end. Now, I stuffed that right there. V-Force 3 is an upgraded reed valve that you can purchase. There's 1, 2, I think they're up to 4 now. But anyway, this is the part that goes onto the carburetor and it comes with a gasket. So I'm gonna put the gasket in like that. It's got these little teeth to hold it in, okay? Next, we have our reed valve itself. Now, if the gasket goes on the outside, this is gonna make the difference. In the motor itself. So I'm gonna put that in like this. Nope. 180. I want to be able to see the V-Force 3, let everybody know what you're rocking. And this gasket with the notch facing up, like so. And then we're gonna drop in our bolts. Finds a hole. All right, we'll go back and we'll tighten these down. Okay, so next we're gonna wire in the computer and the ECM and all that good stuff, electronics. Feed this through here, loop this like this. This goes on like so. I use some electronic cleaner on here. Whoa, clean it up some, so that's good on that. This and this, okay? Okay, so what I have here is a Motion Pro clutch cable. Now, the cable that was already on the bike was pretty beat up. Had this big gash in there. They tried to tape it up, and cable itself is seized. So I went ahead and got me a new one. And I like Motion Pro, so I went with theirs. Inside is your cable and sticker. All right, so with the new cable, you gotta mount it inside the guide. So the clutch cable end will go here, but then it's gotta mount through this loop right there. So, in order to do that, I's got to undo this screw, pull this off here like this, undo this screw. What I'm gonna do is feed it straight through the frame like so. Should. Come on. Mount in there and slide through like this. And then this screws onto here. And then this plug goes into this guide. And then this plug plugs it like this. This guide allows us to pull the tension, for better or for worse, pull the cable through. I'll have to wire it all the way back up to the bars, and then I can deal with the slack. So I was missing the clutch adjuster cabling here, where you can turn and adjust how much slack is coming out. I don't know where it is, but since the Grom is decommissioned right now, I stole it from the Grom. So now I have myself a working clutch. Okay, so that's kind of locked in for now. It's working. I have to put the carburetor on, throttle cable, kill switch, chain. I still don't have any brake cables. They haven't got delivered yet. Front sprocket, gas tank, and plastics will be last. That's what I got left. I've been in here all day. It has been fun. Oh, also throttle tube. I got a new tube coming, but the old one will have to suffice. I don't have grips, so here it is. I just gotta, probably what I'll do first is I'll mount the carburetor, because obviously the carburetor has the throttle cable on it, and we'll go from there. Carburetor. Twist the throttle. Opens up. Now the line here matches where the reed valve goes, and the larger portion goes to the air box, which I have over yonder. Okay, so I'm stuck. I also have my upgraded fuel lines here, and they'll all be tucked in. A little tuck up action underneath this cable here, and I have it go throughout the fork. Okay. Ow. Crush my head by the handlebars. That hurt. Okay. Where am I? Yeah, I'll give you a little wiggle room. Okay. Whew. Carburetor's mounted. I have a band. I don't know where I put it, so for now I'm gonna just leave it off. Excess lines through. Have all come out the bottom. Layout. My throttle line. I don't remember how I did that. Ow, my getting hurt today. That's there. Fed it through the frame. I'll feed it through this frame, out to the forks, and that will loop this way right to the throttle tube. That way it does not get pinched between my blocks, which I discovered that's probably what happened with the previous owner. Got smashed in there. All right, so I decided I want to get this thing to test fire this weekend. So I'm kind of putting on old levers, putting on old throttle tube, things like that. I'm going to put the old kill switch back on, even though I have a new one coming next week. I think I'm just going to do the bare essentials, leave the plastics off, and just try to see if I can run. I'm just finishing up the electrical. I wired the throttle cable and all of that. Send this through here. Right. Kill switch. So excited. We're getting one step friggin' closer. So we've got spark. We're gonna need fuel. We're gonna need freaking brakes. All right, we need chain. Electrical is all done. Forward controls are done. We need drive. We need chain, shifter, brake lines, and gas. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, obviously you gotta do all fluids, coolant and whatnot, which I have, so. All right, let's go on to the shifter and the front sprocket. All right, so to get the front sprocket on, I'm gonna have to take off my magneto cover. It's the only way. It's gonna be several of these screws. Good. All right, so I'm also missing 2 screws specific to front sprocket, and I'm gonna try to make this work temporarily. I ordered the proper screws. They're coming. They're a little late. Front sprocket. So once you get your drive out, your front sprocket, it slips over the front like so, and there's a little groove in there that this is offset. So this is a holder bracket piece that will go on. Once it's through, what you want to do is then twist to turn. Now the special screws have collars there. I don't have them at the moment, so instead I have these, which fit the same, but they have a little washer on there as well, and they should thread right in. Again, this is only temporary until I get the main ones that come in next week. Pop these in here. We'll look on the back side and see if it's gonna hit the case. Holy smokes, it's right in the case. All right, take them off. Redesign. I'm going to do my shorter silver ones, but I'm gonna get crush washer on those to make up the difference so it's not sticking out the back side, because the black were coming through the side. Again, only temporary. Perfect. So I used my 10mm bolts I had, plus a lock washer, and you can see it just barely comes out the back side. I'm much happier with that. This isn't gonna fall off now with the lock on there, so that's good. However, we are still in gear. Since I put the whole bike together, I had to put it in gear. Tusk shift lever. Now, this is gonna be very easy to do. It just slides right over the spindle itself. You'll notice that the spindle on a dirt bike will have this little well in there, and that's because the screw fits in that spot, so the shifter can't fly off. Or I think I might like it. That's a little too low. You know you're in the right position. Oh, it's not 10, it's an 8. You know in the right position because the screw will go all the way up. If it doesn't, just give it a wiggle. There it goes. We are in gear. Let's see if this works. Oh, ow. All right. Yeah. The shifter is jammed in there. That makes me super nervous. Unless it's stuck between a gear. And I got it to force it to click in. All right, well, we should put the chain on now, I guess, since we have access to it. And then I'll be able to sit on the thing and really rock it with the chain on there and see if I can get it to shift. Moving on. Primary drive chain to keep with the primary drive system. Now, you're gonna need a chain breaker tool. This happens to be Motion Pro. It's very old style, but it works very well. Once we go through the chain guide, we shall get to the rear sprocket. Around the rear sprocket, around the front sprocket, over the chain roller. Have about in the middle or so of the axle adjustments, and I think that's good. Chains do stretch, but not that crazy, and chains are not that expensive when it comes to dirt bikes. So I'm gonna pull the chain tight and see where's the next spot to go. And if I look, I don't want to be too loose, but I have plenty of space to move in. So I'm thinking I pop this one out here, so this chain can go in here, and I'll just slide it forward. Do this a half a dozen times. The center pin should get popped out and fall out the backside. All right, and we have ourselves a clear pin. Now the master link will go in between there. All right, master link through. Master link through the other side. Then put our gold piece on. And then we're gonna do our clip. Now the direction of the clip needs to go in the direction that the chain is going. So if the bike is rolling forward this direction, then the round part of the clip will go here. Let's make the difference and push it through. Locked in place. All right, so we adjusted the chain. I am freaking nervous about why this thing doesn't want to go. Unreal. I have to take the whole thing apart. It is past midnight. I have been at this for 15, 16 hours. It wouldn't go into gear. I had to pull the whole motor apart, get down to the transmission, find out that the gears were off a single tooth, pull that apart, put that back together, all the way back together, flip the motor over, a seal popped out, a gasket popped out right on the bottom of the motor. Now, if I had put oil in that, oil would just bleed right out. So I had to take the whole thing apart all over again, put it through. Once I did that, fixed the gasket, I then had to split the cases. When I split the cases, it pulled a bearing out of one of the walls. So I had to go back and grab the crankshaft puller on one side, pulled one, then I do the other side, pulled it to the other side, but then it pulled it off the other side. So I had to go ahead and pull it back off to that side. And I had the motor all together and taken apart 3 times. Everything now is where we left off. Now, my brake lines did get delivered. So tomorrow it's brake lines, fluid, coolant, transmission oil, gas tank, mix gas, throw the seat on, and see if she fires. But again, it's past midnight. I am beat. I ain't going to bed. See you in the AM. Peace.